This is why I think it's so great that in all those years of doing the Oprah show, I probably needed therapy, but I never had any. And I learned, as my viewers were learning, I heard things for the first time. I felt them the same way the audience felt them. And the moment I read Sarah Bronick's book, I wanted to share it with everybody else. Last year, after reading Simple Abundance, I will have to say that is the book that changed my life the most last year. And one of the criteria for when you read Simple Abundance is that you need to start a gratitude journal. I started this one. I've kept a journal since I was 15. I've kept journals, and all my journals have always been filled with woe is me, oh my God, I can't believe this happened, now it did, and today, dear diary, I did. And it was only after Sarah that I started keeping a gratitude journal. It's the best thing that ever happened to me. Every day you write down at least 5 things that you are grateful for. And I have to tell you that it immensely changed my life. And I was already having a pretty good life. I am Miss Gratitude. I preach gratitude, I live gratitude, I am gratitude. I am Oprah Gratitude Winfrey, because it changes the way you see the world. No matter where you are in your life, if you can be grateful for what you have, you will begin to see that you have more. When you wake up in the morning and you know that you gotta have 5 things that day that happen, not you're living in a nice house and you're driving a nice car, but 5 things that happen to you that day that you have to be grateful for, you live your whole life differently. You go through the day trying to find things consciously that you can put on the list at the end of the day. And some days I have 5 and some days I have 15. And I will tell you that it just changed my consciousness about seeing the positive instead of the negative in life. You did that for me. It's a little thing. I've said this to people. It's a little thing, but it's a big thing. Because if the only prayer you ever say is thank you, that'll be enough. What I know for sure is that no matter what is going on in your life, I believe if you concentrate on what you have, you will always end up having more, even if it's just $2. If you focus on what you don't have, you will never, ever, ever have enough. So 16 years ago, I started a gratitude journal. Y'all can sit down. 16 years ago, I started a gratitude journal, and I will have to say, it was the single most important thing I believe I've ever done. So every day, for years now, I've written down 5 things to be grateful for. And you have to write them down. It's very different than just saying, oh, I'm grateful for today. You have to physically write them down because there's power in the words. Even simple things like fresh flowers or somebody holding the door open for me. So when you wake up in the morning and you consciously look for things to be thankful for, what happens is if you go through the day thinking about the 5 things that you're going to do in the evening, you are more alive and receptive to the goodness that comes in your life. Because sometimes it is as simple as somebody holding the door. One time it was just 2 squirrels eating. I said, I better write that down. Nothing else might happen today. So I've been here in Canada now less than 24 hours, and I wanted to just to tell you. Focusing on all the good. So I started yesterday when I landed. So the first thing I wrote down was safe landing. Every time the plane lands, that's a good feeling, right? Then I came here, I had a very nice hotel room. That was another thing. And when I walked in, they had the refrigerator all stocked with my favorite stuff. They had peanut butter and almond milk in there, my Mary's crackers. And there was no OWN in my hotel, so I was not grateful for that. But I was grateful for the egg-shaped bathtub and the view from my room where I got to see all of you this morning coming in. And it just filled my heart to see you all coming in so early. And now you're all sitting in your seats right now. I have deep gratitude for that. So when you allow yourself to feel gratitude in the present moment, in the now, what I promise you is that the spiritual dimension of your life begins to change. It opens up, it expands, and you just grow with it. That is the truth. If I ever spoke the truth in my life, if you want to change your state of being, start to be grateful.